Welcome to Plug-in Players, the show where we plug and we play. Now, this being my first video, I thought I'd start with a plug and play that I feel like everybody had. The Spongebob plug and play. Released in 2003 by Plug and Play Kings Jakks Pacific. And right off the bat, this has to be one of the best looking plug and play controllers. SpongeBob's face with his nose being the joystick and his spores being the buttons. It's just perfect. And to top it all off, it's loaded with 5 games on it. We got SpongeBob's Bubble Pop, Sandy's Surf Adventure, Invasion of the Hooks, Patrick in the Maze, and Super Chum Bucket. They either have a decent amount of levels on them, or actually go on for a decent amount of time. There's unfortunately no saving in these games, but thankfully there's unlimited continue, so they're pretty easy to beat. Well, some of them. I'll go into more detail for each specific game, going from worst to best. My least favorite game is Invasion of the Hooks. It's kinda like a standstill shmup, like Space Invaders. You play as SpongeBob, who needs to save Patrick, Squidward, Sandy, Gary, and Mr. Krabs from being taken by the Hooks. It starts out with just 3 characters, then after a couple rounds it adds another, until all 5 are on screen at the same time. And all you have to do is throw Krabby Patties at the hooks to make them go back up. Pretty simple, but there's different types of hooks, and they need to be hit a different amount of times. But there's absolutely no power-ups in this game or anything besides something to add points to your score. So it's just running back and forth, throwing Krabby Patties at hooks till you beat the level. It also stinks because once the hook is off screen, you're done, even if you could still see the character being dragged up. So it's fine, but annoying. Second to last is Sandy's Surf Adventure, a simple shmup where you play as Sandy on a surf adventure. It's fun, but with one big problem. The checkpoints are really bad, which doesn't help when the game is really slow and the levels are way too long. So you'll probably run out of life before you can even beat a single level. Up next is SpongeBob's Bubble Pop, an Atari Breakout clone where you play as SpongeBob and pop bubbles. You just gotta keep bouncing a ball on SpongeBob to pop them all. It's fine, I don't have much to say about it. It's Breakout, and I love Breakout. I suck at it, but I like it. Next up is Super Chum Bucket. This one was my absolute favorite as a kid. It's a one-screen platformer where you play as SpongeBob, who weirdly has to save Sandy from Plankton. It's a simple platformer like Donkey Kong, where you just gotta get to the top of the screen to get Plankton by dodging robots, electricity, and, ironically, life preservers. It's just a fun little platformer with a ton of levels. Last, aka my favorite, is Patrick in the Maze. You play as Patrick, trying to find all the other characters and escape the maze. The maze is just trying to find the usual cast of characters, you know, Gary, Squidward, Sandy, Mr. Krabs, and SpongeBob, while dodging jellyfish and sea urchins, and finding some treasure along the way. Once you find a character, you get a minigame. Each character gets their own type of game, all using clams. Like how Gary is a Simon game, Squidward is follow the ball, Mr. Krabs is just keeping the ball up, Sandy's just grabbing pearls, but it's kinda set up like whack-a-mole. And finally, SpongeBob is basketball. You actually have to beat each minigame multiple times, but it's only necessary to beat them twice to unlock the gates onto the next area. It's not really the most replayable, and the treasure's only there as a guide, because there is no saving your score at the end, but I had some fun with it. So in the end, it's a fun plug and play. Most of the games felt like they could have perfectly fit right in on the Nickelodeon website back in the day, and you could tell what game they were heavily inspired by while making each game. But hey, with this being one of the first original plug and plays, what else were you expecting from them? Well, I think it's time to unplug this console. So, until next time, I'm out.